So back to your when you did witness, well, you were there in the room with your mother passing. Was it really reassuring that your brother was able to comfort you in that way?
Yeah, so and then my mom was wearing two rings at that point in time, and he took both those rings off, and he gave me that one ring, and her he kept one ring, just as the last sign of her, and yeah, I still have that ring.
Are you wearing it now?
No, no.
Oh, okay. Um, what was one of the last things your mother had said to you?
She had said to me, "Forgive your father," and I was like, "I'm not ready to." She was like, "No, whatever mistakes he's made, uh, let go of the anger and forgive him." And I was like, "No, mom, I can't do that because he has caused you and me so much pain and agony that I can never forgive him." And that was one of the last things she said to me. And she also said, she was like, "Make sure you look after my son really well and you become someone that I'm proud. When I look from the heavens above, I look at you and I'm proud of you. So do not lose your way." And that's probably the reason why I keep finding my way back, because I want to make her proud.
Hmm. What's something you wish you could say to her in the form of text? We'll have it in the book.
Something that I could say to her was just that how much I love her. So there's not a day goes by that I don't think about her. And yeah, just I miss her. I miss her and I love her. And she didn't have a good life in that sense, because of all the pain and agony my dad caused her, and she used to prioritize her relationship. But she is the reason that I look at relationships, and the way I look at them is based on her, not my father's view, her view. And she would do anything for her close ones, and she would love them, care for them, take care of them, and that's what I have learned from her as well.
So yeah, you model your partner or your spouse based off of your mother, and as many do.
Yeah.
Um, what was your ex-wife like?
She was, I thought she was quite like my mother, to be honest with you, at the beginning. And that's the reason why I fell in love with her to start with, because she mimicked the qualities that my mother had. And she had never met my mother, but and those are the qualities that I had fallen in love with. So there was a reason why we were in love, and we did a lot of things together. Travel the world, go eat at really good restaurants, and yeah, just look after each other as well. But when I had my accident, she couldn't take care of me.
Hmm. Yeah, and so when you had your accident, that was from a boxing incident, like where you were training for a match, and that match, what would you say that match was for?
So the match was for raising funds for Cancer Research UK. So it was a cause really close to my heart, and it marked the 10 year of my mom's death anniversary. So I wanted to do something special for her. I don't just want to donate money, which I do every year anyway, but I wanted to do something. And boxing was a sport I was quite good at, and I enjoyed it from years ago. So I thought it was the best of both worlds. I enjoy the sport and I'm quite familiar with it as well. And it's a cause that's close to my heart, and raising funds for Cancer Research UK. So I thought it was the best combination. So I went for it.
Hmm. And I remember your partner was against it at one stage.
Yeah, she was against it because I could have pursued dancing as well, because I used to be a really good Bollywood dancer and hip hop and break dancing as well. I used to do, and yeah, so she was more focused on you should pursue dancing, but I was like, no, dancing is just a hobby. This is for a purpose, and I was quite hell bent upon following this path because I was like, I'm doing this for my mother. You don't get a say.
Did she ever nearly persuade you otherwise?
No, she didn't. She couldn't either because I was doing this for my mother, right? So yeah, and on top of that, when I had my accident, she was blaming me. She was like, "You could have pursued dancing, but you chose boxing, so it's your fault." And she was blaming me for her change in lifestyle as well because she had to take care of me. Traveling had stopped, eating at good restaurants had stopped, everything had stopped. So, and she used to blame me for everything.
So she, at times, physically took care of you, but emotionally there was neglect.
But even physically, there was a limit. It was limited care. For example, I was in the hospital and I needed to go to the toilet, and I had asked her. I was like, "Can you take me to the bathroom?" And then she said that no, press the buzzer and call the nurse. And I was like, "You know how embarrassed I feel being in front of someone. So since you're already here, can't you attempt to take me? If you fail, I understand, but at least attempt to take me." And then she said, "No, no, just press the buzzer." So even the physical care was limited. She was physically present, but not caring for me, if that makes sense.
Hmm. Just so we don't jump too far ahead, even though it is tempting to talk about the 2019 and past, we'll go back into the past. So what was the best part of spending time with your mother before she had passed?
So the best time was the things that we used to do together. They were small things. Like for example, cooking. I used to cut the vegetables, chicken and all of that, and I used to stir the pot, and she would just manage to muster the strength to walk to the kitchen and put some spices in it because I didn't know how much spices to put, and she would walk back to the dining table. She would sit there, talk to me, and while I stir the pot and I do the cooking, but she used to put the spices. So we used to do things, we started doing things together, which was the best part, and all the conversations that we had. So she was actually my best friend in that sense. That I used to tell her everything. I was scared of my dad, and I used to filter things for him. However, my mom was my best friend, and I used to share everything with her. Even when I had a girlfriend, I was like 17 years old. I had a girlfriend, and I told her, and she never dismissed what I said. She never she never did anything negative. She used to encourage the talking. She was like, if you have a problem as well, I rather you come to me first and you feel comfortable enough to come to me rather than coming to me as a last resort. So because before if I come to her with a problem, there's still a fighting chance that she can do something about it. But if I come to her right at the end, maybe there's nothing she can do about it anymore.
Hmm.